Every year in the United States, more than 9,000 older adults die from food poisoning. What concerns us most as health experts for seniors is not the dirty food from outside markets. It's actually the way food is stored inside the refrigerator at home. Many people believe, if I put it in the fridge, it's clean and safe. But did you know, for some foods, cold may be the worst thing you can do? We've seen many cases just like Ms. Linda, 72, from Oregon. She came to us complaining of bloating, poor sleep, blood pressure that jumped up and down, and noticeable memory problems. Strangely, all of her medical test results came back normal. No infection, no clear health condition, nothing unusual with her medication or physical activity. But then, during a nutrition consultation, she casually mentioned, "Doctor, I keep my bananas, tomatoes, onions, and even honey in the fridge, so they don't go bad." That one small detail was the hidden root of what she and millions of older adults are dealing with every day. 82% of people over 60 are storing at least one food item incorrectly in the fridge. And here's the surprising part. Most of these are the foods we think are the healthiest. At Healthy Way Daily, we've worked with older adults for years, and we've seen this again and again. One meal stored the wrong way won't hurt right away, but done every day, it can silently cause inflammation, damage digestion, raise stroke risk, affect memory, and trigger problems with blood pressure, heart health, and nerves. In today's video, we'll show you 9 foods seniors should never store in the refrigerator, the science behind why cold storage can be dangerous for them, and simple fixes to support your gut health, improve nutrient absorption, and keep your blood pressure stable. We'll rank them from least harmful to most dangerous, ending with a healthy food that nearly every older adult eats, but that could be quietly damaging your liver, gut, and brain if kept cold. These are things every person over 60 deserves to know. And if you're someone who wants to stay healthy for the next 10 or 15 years, starting with small changes, you're in the right place. Number 9, tomatoes, a healthy food that can irritate senior digestion. Tomatoes are often seen as great for older adults. They're rich in lycopene, vitamin C, and easy to eat. But there's one big mistake: storing tomatoes in the fridge. You might think the cold keeps them fresh longer, but chilled tomatoes don't just lose nutrients, they're also harder to digest, especially for aging stomachs. When tomatoes are refrigerated, their delicate cells break down. As a result, lycopene, the valuable antioxidant, drops. Vitamin C breaks down quickly, and the plant fibers become tougher for your stomach to handle. For younger people, this might not matter, but for those over 60 with slower digestion, cold tomatoes can cause bloating, acid reflux, and burping after meals. I remember Mr. Charles, 68, who liked to eat bread with cold tomato slices each morning. He often felt pressure in his belly afterward, fatigue, and trouble sleeping. After switching to naturally ripened tomatoes kept at room temperature, those symptoms disappeared within days. The lesson? Age makes digestion more sensitive. One small change, like not refrigerating tomatoes, can help your body absorb nutrients better and avoid discomfort. Simple fix: store tomatoes in a dry, cool place, not in the fridge. Eat when soft and ripe, or lightly cook them to boost lycopene absorption. Tomatoes are just the beginning. Next up is a soft, sweet fruit that seems harmless. But if stored the wrong way, it can mess with your blood sugar, cause constipation, and leave you tired all day. Number 8, bananas. Easy to eat, but hard to digest when stored wrong. Bananas are often called a senior-friendly fruit. They're soft, easy to chew, and high in potassium for your heart and muscles. But here's something few people realize. When you refrigerate bananas too early, you ruin their nutritional value. Cold temperatures slow down the ripening process. This causes the peel to turn gray-brown, the inside to stay hard and starchy, natural sugars to remain locked, making it harder for your body to get energy. For older adults, this can lead to bloating, indigestion, strain on the pancreas as it tries to manage blood sugar, and feelings of tiredness, lightheadedness, or mental fog after meals. One of our patients, Ms. Alice, age 70, used to eat cold bananas every morning because she thought they were cooling for the stomach. But she often struggled with constipation, bloating, and mild nausea. After switching to naturally ripened bananas kept at room temperature, all those symptoms disappeared. So what's the takeaway? Not every fruit belongs in the fridge, and for bananas, cold is a big mistake. What to do instead? Let bananas ripen naturally at room temperature. Eat them when the peel has brown speckles and they smell slightly sweet. If they're too ripe to finish, slice and freeze them. Don't store them in the fridge. When eaten right, bananas can help regulate blood pressure, support digestion, and give steady energy throughout the day. But eaten wrong, they only add stress to your aging digestive system. And now, we move to another common kitchen item. Not a fruit this time, but an ingredient found in most daily meals. When kept cold, it can release gas that upsets digestion and triggers acid reflux. We're talking about onions. Number 7, onions. From heart healthy to digestive trouble when stored cold. Onions are known to support heart health and provide good fiber for digestion. But many people make a common mistake, putting whole onions in the fridge to make them last longer. In reality, cold and humid environments cause onions to absorb moisture and create condensation, activate sulfur compounds, which cause strong smells and irritation, release gases when cut, which can irritate the eyes and the lining of the stomach. For older adults whose stomachs are often more sensitive, this can lead to bloating, acid reflux, ongoing discomfort after meals. I remember Mr. Raymond, 66 years old, who always had heartburn after eating salad with raw onions. He thought it was a stomach problem, but the real issue? He always kept his onions in the fridge to keep them crisp. Once he switched to storing onions in a dry place and lightly cooking them, his reflux improved noticeably. The lesson here: healthy food only helps if used the right way. What to do instead? Store whole onions in a dry, well-ventilated place. Once cut, use within 24 hours and keep sealed at room temperature. If your digestion is sensitive, cook onions lightly instead of eating them raw, and if you often feel bloated after meals without knowing why, check if you're storing your onions in the fridge. Number 6, honey, a superfood that loses its power when cold. Honey has long been called nature's gift. It supports digestion, boosts immunity, and helps balance blood sugar. But many older adults are making a big mistake, keeping honey in the fridge. Cold temperatures cause honey to crystallize into thick lumps or hard grains, destroy natural enzymes and anti-inflammatory compounds, separate water and sugar, causing faster sugar absorption in the blood. As a result, older adults may experience sudden blood sugar spikes after eating cold honey, feeling tired, anxious, or dizzy, especially in the morning, difficulty swallowing due to thick, cold honey sticking in the throat. One 75-year-old woman told us she drank honey water every morning to clean her liver, but she always used thick, cold honey straight from the fridge. This led to bloating, burping, and feeling tired, even though she thought she was helping her health. The takeaway: even the healthiest food can become harmful if stored the wrong way. The better way? Keep honey in a cool, dry place away from light. If it crystallizes, warm the whole jar in warm water, not the microwave. When using it, Mix with warm, not hot water to protect enzymes and improve digestion. 1 spoon of properly stored honey can be a gentle morning tonic. But used the wrong way, it can cause discomfort and even weaken your immune system. Number 5. Garlic, a natural medicine that loses power. When refrigerated, garlic is a trusted food among seniors. It helps lower blood pressure, strengthens the immune system, and protects the heart. But what most people don't know, refrigeration quickly reduces garlic's benefits. Cold and humid conditions cause garlic to sprout early, lose allicin, the key antibacterial compound, release sulfur oils that irritate the stomach. For aging digestive systems, cold garlic can lead to bloating, nausea, burning sensations. After meals, I met an older man who ate raw garlic every morning to boost immunity, but he kept it in the fridge. After a few weeks, he had mild digestive trouble, thinking it was just age. Once he switched to keeping garlic dry and cooking it gently, he felt much better. The key lesson: even natural remedies need the right storage and preparation. What to do instead? Store garlic in a dry, airy space. Never in the fridge. If eating raw, chop it and let it sit for 10 minutes to activate allicin. For sensitive stomachs, cook garlic gently to make it easier to digest. Used correctly, garlic is a gift to your health. Used the wrong way, it can make you feel uncomfortable all day. Number 4. Potatoes, a familiar food that can turn harmful in the fridge. Potatoes are a household favorite. Boiled, baked, roasted, or mashed. Many people store them in the fridge to make them last longer. But cold storage can actually create toxins in potatoes. When chilled, potatoes convert starch into sugar. When cooked, sugar and amino acids form acrylamide, a compound linked to nerve damage over time. In older adults, acrylamide may cause fatigue, mild confusion, shaky hands, weak legs, and trouble sleeping. Also, cold potatoes sprout faster. And those sprouts contain glycoalkaloids, chemicals that upset digestion and raise blood pressure. One woman told us she felt bloated and tired after eating boiled potatoes. Turns out they were stored in the fridge for several days and had started to sprout. That simple habit was silently hurting her health. The lesson: not all foods belong in the fridge. Some do better in cool, natural air. Better storage tips: keep potatoes in a cool, dark, dry place. If they sprout, turn green under the skin, or feel soft, throw them away. Try to use within 1 to 2 weeks after buying. When stored right, potatoes can help with digestion, energy, and feeling full. When stored wrong, they slowly disturb your body's balance. Number 3. Bread. Soft when bought, hard to digest when cold. Bread is a common, convenient food, especially for older adults. Many people think storing bread in the fridge keeps it soft and prevents mold, but the truth is, bread changes its texture the most when it gets cold. When bread is refrigerated, the starch goes through a process called retrogradation. It becomes dense and harder to digest. The crust dries out, the inside turns rubbery, and when you reheat it, only the outside gets crispy, while the inside stays chewy. For seniors, this can cause slow digestion, bloating, blood sugar spikes after meals, because the starch is not fully absorbed. According to the American Clinical Nutrition Institute, nearly 60% of people over 65 have trouble digesting starch due to reduced digestive enzymes. Cold bread only makes that worse. I remember a retired doctor who ate cold white toast with honey every morning. But he always felt heavy and tired until noon. We simply switched him to whole grain bread, kept at room temperature. Within 1 week, he felt lighter and more energetic. The lesson: crispy bread isn't always better. For older adults, gentle digestion and stable blood sugar are more important. Simple tips: store bread at room temperature for 2 to 3 days. For longer storage, slice and freeze, then lightly reheat before eating. Choose whole grain bread with low sugar and few preservatives. The right kind of bread can give you a calm and steady start to your day. But stored the wrong way, it can leave you feeling bloated and sluggish. Number 2, coffee. A favorite drink that can drain your energy when stored cold. For many older adults, the day doesn't begin until that first cup of coffee. Warm, comforting, energizing. It's a daily ritual. But if you store your coffee in the fridge, whether ground or whole beans, you may be drinking mold, spoiled oils, and even toxins without knowing it. Coffee absorbs moisture easily. In the fridge, condensation forms inside the bag or container. Natural oils in the beans oxidize. Coffee picks up odors from other foods. This leads to sour or bitter taste, irritation in the stomach lining, heartburn, nervousness, and fatigue, especially in people over 60. A study by Johns Hopkins found that over 70% of seniors have sleep issues linked to caffeine, often from poor coffee quality. One of our clients, Mr. Walter, age 67, said coffee made him feel worse, not more awake. He had been drinking pre-ground coffee stored in the fridge for a week. After switching to whole beans, freshly ground and stored in a dry place, he noticed better sleep and less heart racing. The key lesson: coffee is only helpful when it's fresh. When it becomes damp, moldy, or stale, it stresses your stomach, nerves, and heart. Better habits: buy whole beans and store them in a dry, dark place. Avoid the fridge unless you vacuum seal and freeze properly. Grind just what you need each time. A fresh cup of coffee can bring clarity and comfort. But stale coffee may be the hidden reason behind your restless nights. Number 1, avocados. A heart-healthy food that can hurt your liver if stored wrong. Did you know, in California, where avocados are most popular, nearly 70% of people over 60 store them the wrong way. Most people put unripe avocados in the fridge, thinking it helps them last longer. But in reality, when avocados are chilled before they ripen, their natural ripening enzymes stop working. The outside stays green, but the inside becomes stringy, bland, and loses healthy fats. Even worse, cold, unripe fats begin to oxidize and form mild inflammatory compounds. For older adults whose liver, gallbladder, and digestion may be slower, this can cause bloating and gas, fatigue after meals, ongoing digestive issues, or loose stool. If you eat avocado every day for heart health, but store it wrong, you may actually be hurting your heart and brain instead. One woman, age 68 from Texas, told us she ate half an avocado with toast every morning. But she often felt queasy, bloated, and irritable. Turns out she was storing hard avocados in the fridge for a whole week. Once she let them ripen at room temperature first, the problems disappeared. The message here: even a superfood can cause problems if used the wrong way. How to handle avocados properly: only refrigerate after they fully ripen at room temperature. Eat within 48 hours of ripening. If it tastes bitter, stringy, or smells sour, throw it out. For easier digestion, mash with almond milk or plain yogurt. Sound familiar? Coffee, bread, potatoes, honey, avocados. These are everyday foods. They seem harmless. But with just one wrong storage habit, they may be slowly wearing down your digestion, your heart, and even your memory. Here's the good news. Once you understand what to change, even small habits can make your body feel lighter, your sleep deeper, and your stomach more comfortable after every meal. So let's quickly review and choose the one habit you'll change first to enjoy 10, maybe 15 more healthy years ahead. You see, health doesn't come from expensive foods. Sometimes the most basic ingredients, like tomatoes, bread, honey, or avocados, if stored the right way, they can become daily natural medicine for your body. But when handled the wrong way, They quietly drain your energy, trigger inflammation, and upset your digestion, blood pressure, and memory. At this stage of life, we don't have time for repeated mistakes. Just one small change today, like keeping tomatoes on the counter, bread in a sealed box, or chilling avocados only after they ripen, and you're already giving your body a chance to heal, naturally and without medication. We know it's hard to change everything at once. So just pick one food from today's list, the one you eat the most often, and fix how you store it. In just 3 days, you may notice. You sleep better, your digestion feels lighter, and your energy stays steady all morning. We call that the healthy domino effect. One small change leads to many good ones. Now it's time to take action. Leave a comment below. I'll start replying to each of you. And let us know which food you'll be changing today. And if you care about your health after 60, the next video will absolutely shock you. And if this video helped open your eyes, hit subscribe to Healthy Way Daily, so you never miss a weekly health tip made just for older adults. You are not weak or too old. You just need the right information and the right small action to live healthy, live strong, and live with joy. We are here for you, every week, every step of the way.